What's going on, guys? We're back for another replay analysis, this time of Qbert. He's champion one. This was a PRL tournament, 3v3, obviously. He got his replay analyzed by going to patreon.com/Gibbs000. It's in the description below. You got a replay tier, free play tier, coaching tier, back rub tier, some other type of rub tier, but that one's actually not on Patreon. You have to contact me separately for it. This whole big thing, you have to be over 18, so don't worry about it. Anyway, let's get into the replay of Qbert. I actually met him at RLCS LAN. He was a cool dude for sure. He was sitting like pretty close to me on third day, so he was just like right over to my left, which is on the wrong side there, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. All right, let's go back over it. I'm getting distracted. This car's looking nice. I like the look of the car for sure. Good face-off win here. At least he's in their area, trying to be a nuisance. Nothing really worked out there though, which is fine. Just a little rotation back. They're trying to be super aggressive here. So like, as you can see here, after he grabs that boost, he's using a little bit, but he does rotate back in. He's very confident in his teammates right there. It's a little bit of a risky play, but just keeping the pressure on. This touch right here, I don't know if it's necessarily needed to even fight in the air, because it seemed like both his teammates were backing out anyway. It did work out to keep them with possession, though, so can't fault him too much for that. But just got to be careful with those really high aerials when you're in the corner. Sometimes they're not that useful, but this one actually worked out pretty okay. So a little bit of a 50-50 loss, but the pressure continues to mount, and another quick rotation by Tetro here after the pass from Smock. Great play here by Tetro. Like, this will always throw off defenses if you rotate around this quickly and go for the hit. The other guy had no clue he was going for that. He thought he had plenty of time, and that's a nice goal. A lot of good pressure for that full 23 seconds so far. He was in their end the entire time. Let's see how this one goes. Again, winning the face-off, keeping that pressure alive. Oh, that ball comes out pretty well. This one's a little bit greedy, though. You have Tetro here. I would let Tetro go for the shot, while Qbert should probably wait for this rebound. It's going to be a weak shot, or a weak clear, since obviously Amp here has no boost, or at least no momentum. And so he should have probably just waited to see if Tetro could finish this off, see what type of rebound this was going to be. Because look how it pops right out into the middle. If he would have just waited for this, he would have had a nice aerial shot. Donut King would have had to jump up for it. But I understand that the ball is extremely close to the goal line. Everyone falls for that, and they will attack it. It's just the way it is. But still, continued pressure here. Donut King keeps it in. Then Qbert, once again, just peppering this back wall. Just keeping it alive. And then, like a play like this, where Tetro makes this play, this is when you need that communication to come in, so Qbert knows to bounce back instead of also turning that way for that shot. But so far, it doesn't really hurt him. But they might have been able to keep possession if Qbert was falling back at that time. Would have been a better challenge. Nice clear here. He keeps it high. It does hit the ceiling, but as long as it's still relatively high, this is a pretty good clear. It's not the greatest spot that you could be in for like a positional clear. So, like, as long as you keep it high, you're kind of got a decent victory right there. Royalty did not have to fly for this. Like, I'm going to jump over to Royalty. He could have waited on this for a while. See how this ball comes out. And, like, Qbert's going for that aerial, but you probably could have just waited to see how that would finish and then clear it out. Instead, Qbert does get the dunk. And, again, red team or orange team loses possession. Oh, but Qbert, just a little bit of bad touch, gives away possession here. Just trying to be a little bit too crazy, I would say. I mean, he's close to this. I understand what he's trying to do. Maybe try to, like, bash it off the ceiling or something. Like, say he bashes that off the ceiling. It comes down for a smock. That would actually be a pretty decent play. But I would say it's a really tough touch. Can't really expect too much here. But again, like, these guys are outclassing orange right now with this pressure. Let's see what type of shot Smock gets here. I'm actually going to go over to Smock for a little bit. Just see what he's doing here. So mostly right now, blue is sitting back, just collecting boost to regroup for another charge in. Like, that's actually a really good shot from Smock on... Like, the way he was handling that was actually really, really nice, but a really good save. And good play by Tetro here. Just riding that left side to see what type of rebound it would be. Qbert does get beat, though, here, which is not great. he goes a little passive here. He probably, so it's weird, like this entire time the whole blue team's just been aggressive every single play, but this is the first one I've seen Qbert. Oh, it looks like my frames are dying a little bit, but it's still like over 30, so we're gonna keep it going. Qbert could have probably attacked that a little bit sooner to just pinch it off the wall and just keep it in and keep that applied pressure, but now Qbert is low on boost. Doesn't really have much. Tries for the save. He just jumps off this wall a little bit too soon, and this is just that counter play right after the fact. I'm going to go back to the play where he misses the ball. See where his teammates are doing. So Tetro went for the play, misses obviously, so he's out of the play. Qbert misses. That's 2 people missing. Now it's up to Smock to make a play here. He tries to go up the wall with it, but just a little bit out of his reach, so Amp gets the play over to him, and it's just a solid shot by Donut King there. Good counterplay. And we'll go back to Qbert. Tetro with the move out. Another like deep face-off win, which is not bad. Like if you can get those 50-50s, it works out. But now here, this is one of the qualities that you should try and learn. Like obviously it's not easy, but trying to read that he's just gonna whiff completely is not bad. It looks like he kind of figured that out. It looks like Qbert figured it out. Just got a really poor first touch. Like, if he would have tried to get behind this ball without using that boost and maybe make a little bit of a bounce shot off the back wall, might have been better off. He was trying to trap it, but trap it to the left, obviously, because the guy was challenging from the right. Just a little bit of a poor touch makes them lose possession once again. But it's not the end of the world. They can battle back. Smock, a little bit of bad play there, but it worked out royalty with a whiff. Tetro trying to be a little bit too patient here on this play. Oh, he's a little bit off axis. Right there, here though, like once you see like a player coming back to attack you, I would jump on this just to make sure, like to keep it safe so it doesn't go into that corner. But Donut King, that was a really solid play from him. That's setting up this shot. I want to go back here real quick. Like look at these challenges. One challenge, he jumps off the wall, does a flip, gets that one. Just stays with it. Just continually getting small touches is actually really, really important when you're on the offensive side because it can lead to juicy rebounds. Like right here, they had 2 really nice shots because of Donut King just being a nuisance there, like in the opposing side of the field, which is something that you can really do in 3s. Works really well. Like it even works in 2s for the most part, but you just got to play it right. So Qbert's kind of the first man up here. Like Tetro's going to go back. He's not going to have much boost though. Qbert just gets beat out, but that's okay. It seems like Donut King's probably the best player on the other team. Nice little air dribble. Sir Smock. It's not Smoke. Making the play. Off the wall too. Like this is a pretty tough play to make. He goes from off the wall. Times is perfectly right. Ooh, just barely getting a piece of that ball. That was really, really close, but well done by him. Now Qbert just a little bit out of position. Looks like Qbert might have 0 boost here. He has a little bit. He should probably try and double jump there to just try and clear that out. Pretty decent shot from Orange, but he could have cleared that out. Like he had time. Just a little bit of a misread off the wall, and then just a little bit of hesitancy. Is that a word? Which that's the second time. Like when the ball's about to hit a wall, you can notice when players aren't super confident in reading plays off the wall is when they just get a little hesitant for plays like that. And those, like, honestly, sometimes you just have to go for it. Once in a while, you'll miss, but the only way to learn those is to keep trying them. And honestly, you just kind of have to go. Oh, what a save by Royalty. Not much Qbert could have done here. Obviously, he could have turned quicker, maybe had a little bit better of a reaction time, but what a save from Royalty. Let's go over to Royalty real quick. Let's watch this mess unfold. Like, super lucky save, too. But sometimes that's all you need. Makes that initial kind of save, and then flicks it out and stays with it. Makes some pretty good plays there. A little bit unfortunate for Qbert's squad over here. Donut King trying to make something fancy happen. This is a really bad play, though. Trying to tip it down to literally no one. Tetro kind of on a fast break here. It was basically a 2-on-1-ish. He does do a kind of a poor touch to begin with, though, which I don't blame him. Maybe he's a little bit nervous, but he's trying to like push it out as quickly as possible, obviously, to make another play. But they get back pretty quick, so Couldn't really do much with it. Qbert again, a little bit of a misread. Smock also with a misread as well. But now they got the fast break out. Haven't seen a ton of quality passing from pretty much either side. It looked like Donut King tried to do one earlier, but not much passing. Just more about counterplay and just trying to just get the ball deep into the other end. At some point, you have to try and settle it, send two up at the same time, and go for that lateral pass to throw off these defenses. Because at this point, like, these teams are pretty good on defense from the corners and stuff like that. So, like, we see a lot of back wall passing from the blue squad, like, earlier, and a lot of it wasn't successful. They eventually scored, but once in a while, just got to try and throw in a little bit more of, like, a lateral pass. Right here's a pretty decent pass. He's trying to throw it back, just not back enough. His teammate, honestly, not in the best spot here. So Smoke is just a little bit too close. When you get in these passes back, like, you don't want to be this close to it because, honestly, he's so far away from his teammate that the goalie can beat him on those plays pretty easily. He probably wants to either be further back or as soon as he sees this pass come in, he has to go and attack that. Like, you see how he just jumps up straight. He doesn't try to just go and attack it, tip it around the goalie, and then set up a play for Tetra or maybe Qbert again on the way out. A little bit of bad clear, but they should be able to get it out now after the bad hit by Royalty. It's like halfway out. Let's see what Tetra does on this 50. Nice play right there. Nice shot, actually. Worked out. They just got a little too hesitant back here. Donut King spun around at the absolute worst time. He spins around right when the shot's coming in. That's not a good idea. Probably should have just went all the way back to the back wall, but it was a good shot by Tetra. So, what can you do? Great placement in the top corner. Here we go. Another face-off. We're getting some boost grabs here. Another win for the blue side. I like this. I like their face-offs right now. Usually throwing it deep is not necessarily a win, but they've been making it work each time. A little bit of a misread again by Qbert. Just like a couple misses here or there. It seemed like his gameplay was just a little bit off. Like maybe the speed of the game itself was making him be thrown off just a bit during this. And honestly, the only way that you get better at speed is you just keep playing fast people. And you just try and keep going. Here we go. We got another overtime. Getting the bang for their buck. This replay analysis. Nice little bump play. Like the little touching. But he has no boost, so he's got to fall back. This is a tough play. That's a pretty good kill to the corner, making Donut King make a solid play to make something happen there. But his teammates bail him out anyway, after Donut King does make a pretty decent play. Now Donut King's going for the aerial. Nice bump out, but it's too late, and it's a goal. So honestly, when you see like an aerial dribble, you usually want to send the guy in the back to go for it or to try and read it. Right there, Qbert just barely couldn't make it in time. He does get the bump on the player, which is not a bad idea. That's something like if you can't hit the ball, you go for the player. It takes them out of the play. But Amp was ready, and I want to see what Smock was doing here. I think Smock was trying to read his shot as well. Yeah, just jumped a little bit too late for the pass. Wasn't really reading the correct angle that the aerial dribble was coming in at. See how he kind of turns to face him directly, but he's facing a little bit to the left instead of the right. And this little bit of a spot, like right there, that's his mistake, where he's facing kind of straight towards that center boost. And the air dribble's going to his right. So that little bit of an extra turn probably cost him here. Made him have to turn around way too much and then jump too late. And he couldn't make the save. But all in all, they, like, blue team applied some good pressure. A lot of back wall plays. But not a lot of, like, amazing passes. It was more like back wall plays to the sides as well. And then they would just fly to it, kind of randomly throw another pass off the side wall, but not, like, giving great angles. And then the few times they would try and connect on a pass, it seemed like they were just being a little bit lazy on trying to come towards the ball, from what I saw. And sometimes it's just about that one or two extra good passes. They did control this game, I felt like, most of the time here. They didn't get as many shots, though. Like, you see how blue team, like, they had the ball in the other end a lot, but they weren't really getting shots. Like, the aerial that Qbert did early on in the game where kind of just tapped it off the wall. It did work out to a goal, but plays like that, a lot of times, it just seems like you're wasting position, and you're wasting boost for plays like that. So just gotta be careful with those from time to time. It's obviously like situational, but yeah. But that'll do it here for this replay analysis. Thank you, Qbert, for the replay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks to Patreon for all the support. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys.